Hello there. Today I have a two-page scrapbook layout using the Spooky Sweet Suite. It's playful and fun, and we're going to be concentrating on using larger elements for quick and easy, adorable pages. Now, the Spooky Sweet Suite is new. We have cellophane bags, petunia pop ribbon, glitter stars, and a cute stamp set that has these cute little characters, a spooky house and fence, and some of the Halloween icons and Halloween sentiments that are going to be so cute for cards, treat bags, and pages. What I really love about the Spooky Sweet Suite is the 12 by 12 punch out sheets or punch out ephemera. There are so many icons that it makes decorating your pages, your cards, and your bags so easy. There's so many of them because I assume that they're assuming we want to make treats, right? So we have some theme specific patterns, but also on the back sides are good generic patterns that would work great for sports and other themes. We have some cut apart scenes and some cut apart treat toppers. So you can cut these treat toppers apart or the banners apart and use them on pages or score them or fold them over for the tops of treat bags. There is some hero specific pattern paper, and I love this little piggy superhero right here. So I'm going to really quickly and easily put this together with large elements. So we have the haunted house frame in the background that I gutted from 1 inch to 11 inches all the way around just to conserve the middle. We have a scalloped frame that is 11 by 11 that I cut on the Cricut, and I'll link all this in the description, and then a 10 by 10 willow white piece in the center. I'm going to add a large cauldron, but I actually made it too big to begin with. I really only want the top part of the cauldron to show, so I actually even cut the legs off. It's just to be showing up on the top of the layout. Now I have a couple other pieces here that I see as a transition in the middle and then adding large strips across the bottom, which is so quick and so easy. So right now the blackish gray strip is 1.5 by 12. The orange is 1 by 12, which I do end up cutting that down, I believe. And then I have 1/8 by 12 black. And the strips across the bottom are anywhere from 2.5 to 2 3/4. And we'll use those at varying lengths because we're going to have them toggle up and down. So there's a little play on the bottom. Now, because the cauldron has green goop in it and it's bubbling over, we're going to bring some Granny Apple ink in, and of course we're going to ink and probably even splatter. I'm not sure just yet, but we're for sure going to ink some different spots in the background around the cauldron, and it's going to give it a nice fun spooky little haze in the background, like a little bit of steam coming up over the potion in the cauldron. It's so fun and it's so standard Halloween. Now, you're not going to see my photos on this layout because this is going to be for 2025 Halloween. I'm actually getting a jump on it. I had some that I could have used from last year, but I do think I want to use this entire theme for 2025 and have that knocked out ahead of time before Halloween this year because Stampin' Up! Was so gracious to give us this paper line early. It was part of our online exclusives drop on July 1st, and I've created a 12-page workshop out of the Spooky Sweet Suite, and I love every page. You can check out all the other pages at www.snipsbykelly.com. If you go to the blog portion, on the blog portion is where you'll see all of my workshops, and I do include full color photos of every layout. And so I like everyone to see what the workshop includes and to see full color photos there. So now I've added a little bit of that Granny Apple to the bubbling bubbles of the cauldron, around the cauldron, and probably just to keep the pages cohesive, I will add those over on the right as well. And I'll link a design space file in the description if you want the exact scallop frame that I used and the exact cauldron that I used. So when we do a large frame or a large element over the top of a frame, you really don't have to have a background, especially if you want to have a little less bulk. A lot of times I will add like a scrap paper, a piece of paper that I don't like or that's kind of ruined in some way, or the cardboard that comes out of the thin cardboard that comes out of some of our paper and our packaging. A lot of times I will just use something to sturdy that up in the back, but you really don't have to as long as the frame that you use. So if we cut a 10-inch piece, 1 inch all the way around, a 10-inch piece out of the background, then as long as you have a 10 1/4 by 10 1/4, you're able to put a piece on the front. And we actually have an 11 by 11. So I see myself arranging these large, wide strips to the bottom and then having a transition in the middle to separate the cauldron. Now, this is just a really easy, quick, large element layout that comes together so fast because of all the large elements. I do love patchwork scrapbook pages and things like that, but sometimes you're piecing together triangles and squares and little pieces until the cows come home, right? This is such a go-to that's so fast because the elements are so large and they already fill up and decorate the page, and you just basically have to add your photos. So here's another scallop piece that I cut off of the Cricut, but we have tons of dies, like our fancy border dies that would work here where you could make your own border. And then I'm going to top that with that 1.5-inch piece, and I did trim down the orange to 1/2. So that orange is 1/2. Actually, I think I told you that those were 12-inch pieces, and I actually trimmed those down so that they fit just in the center, which is 10 inches. And so all of those strips in the middle are 10 inches. And you could go either way. You could go with the gray on the back and the speckled stars on the front, or the speckled candy, I think it is. And I'm going to pop that up for a little bit of dimension, and then we can tuck some of those little bits around it, and it comes together so quick. I love this style of layout. Now, it's going full on Halloween and playful, but this would be beautiful for anything. I mean, you could change up the patterns of this, and it's a great go-to, quick and easy layout. The element in the background where the cauldron is could be flowers, it could be a circle, it could be another square, it could be larger photos that are tucked under that center dividing element. There's a lot of things that you could put up on top. A rainbow would be really cute up on top. And then you also, if you have a circular element up on top, you can round a stamp around it for a rounded title, or round your title letters around it if you wanted to as well. So I wanted to add 3 photos on the right page and probably a couple photos on the left page. And if you use standard size photos like the 3x3, you can definitely add flip flaps. So some people tell me they don't take too many Halloween photos, maybe just a few of their little goblins, and then they go off trick-or-treating and that's about all that they have. And other people who are Halloween lovers go all out and they have tons of Halloween photos. So if you only needed a few, this layout is perfect. There would be 5 photos. And then if you need more, there's standard sizes. So you could add standard flip flaps to those and get an additional 2, 4, 6 photos on the right for a total of 9 photos on the right if you wanted to use a 3x3 flip flap. I won't know until after Halloween this year. So this is my last Halloween process video with the Spooky Sweet Suite. I already did one, and I'll link it in the description, where I did an embedded shaker title element right within the grid of the design, and it's so cute. And I used our brand new alpha dies on that and some loose sequins to create a little shaker boo in it, and I love it. And I just thought I would show a couple. It is July, but we often do Christmas in July, right? So why not Halloween in July? But it does feel a little bit different. And so I just wanted to do a couple process videos to show you the adorable collection. ribbon that we received. Now, the bad thing about the Spooky Sweet Sweet collection is I used almost every single scrap of it up on 12 pages. And so I definitely need to order another paper pack to be able to use with those dies to be able to create treat boxes and treat bags. And then if you haven't seen it yet, we have a brand new Halloween kit from our kit collection that makes adorable treats as well. So we're getting everybody covered for Halloween way early, plenty early. So I'm going to repeat what I did on the left page over on the right for that transition, but look at those large elements. We have the large scalloped overlay, we have an oversized cauldron, we have a large scalloped border, we have large rectangles on the bottom. So it makes this layout come together in no time flat. So we have this great petunia pop ribbon. And I was thinking about something playful and fun, like little witch's broom tassels or just little fun tassels. So right in the punch out sheets are these cute little petunia pop and gray princesses. And I love that because you still got that spooky sweet element, but you could go with like the hippos and the crows and some of those icons, or you can go with the little princesses. And often on my pages, I have a little of both. If I'm doing all my grandkids, I have some scary, sweet ones and some sweet, sweet ones. And so if I have a combination of characters on my pages, then I can put a combination of the ephemera or the punch out ephemera. So I have my Junk Gypsy tray, and basically all I did is punch out the ephemera into the Junk Gypsy tray, and I did a few stamped bats, a few die cut bats, and a few stamped characters. So you can see how all the different characters and all the different punch outs that you can create out of this set. So you would have no problem at all creating all of the treats that you needed for, say, your child or your grandkids class or a preschool class. You would be able to have tons for treats. And I just happened to use, I went full on Halloween and did 12 pages, 6 2-page layouts with this, and I have just tiny little scraps left. I was able to eke out a couple little cards, but not much. So I'm going to definitely get another package of just the paper. I have some punch outs left after creating the workshop, and then of course I have the stamp and die, so I can make as many things as I want with that. So I'm just going to do some clustering. I've grown to love the options of the punch out ephemera. It's so quick and easy, no coloring needed. There are a couple standalone dies in this set where you can fold over. So there's this little tab you can fold over, and it creates these little bat wings, and you can actually push them forward and make them a little bit interactive. So you can cut those out of cardstock and make little tabs out of those. And then of course you have lots of the characters here. I love the little hippos. Something that they've done on the Spooky Sweet Sweet collection that I've never seen them do since I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Now granted, I've only been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for about a year and a couple months, but I've never seen them do the icons facing left and right. So we have princesses that face to the left, we have princesses that face to the right. Same with the hippos. We have hippos that face to the left and hippos that face to the right. It's kind of nice to have little characters going in both directions depending on where you want to put them on the page. Now about that ribbon on the bottom, I just snipped it a little bit and frayed it and pulled it apart so that it was loose, and then I folded it over and tied a knot around the top and tucked it under the little scalloped edge there just for some playful fun. You could do a whole bunch more than I did, or you could leave it off, or you could run that ribbon across in a traditional way as well, or you could tuck some of the ribbon and have tufts of it sticking out in different places. It's really, really cute ribbon, and I like it. So I see we have some sentiments. I don't have a title. Most of the sentiments on this stamp would be what you would think are more for cards, but I'm going to make it into a random title. So I'm going to I'm going to stamp spooky several times around the cauldron. I love that. I think that is a perfect title. You don't always have to have a big, long, bold title or cut out letters. And then I'm going to add the stars. These are so cool because they're actually almost like foam, but they're glitter covered. So they're really super fun. There's Petunia Pop, black and white. So you'll be able to use those for lots of things. And they go with so many things besides Halloween. I can see these used on sports pages. For sure, the black and white ones on sports pages. You always need little sporty icons, and stars are perfect for sports. So I've added that little banner in the upper right. I've added some bats. I've added a couple small banners and dovetailed those down on the bottom and added some of those stars. And guess what? I'm getting happy. I hope you love the Spooky Sweet Suite. You can check out all 12 pages on my blog from my website, www.snipsbykelly.com. I hope if you were inspired today, you'll hit like, subscribe, the notifications bell, and come back soon for more right here on Snips by Kelly.